The air in Baltimore's M&T Bank Stadium crackled with energy as the Army-Navy game prepared to write its 126th chapter. The stands were a living mosaic of gray and blue, filled with cadets and midshipmen, all awaiting the arrival of the Commander-in-Chief, President Donald J. Trump. As Marine One descended near Fort McHenry, anticipation peaked. The president's motorcade arrived, and Trump strode onto the field, greeted by a deafening, heartfelt ovation that shook the stadium. This was his 6th Army-Navy game, a testament to his deep affection for the event and its people. Flanked by Pentagon Chief Pete Hegseth, Trump waved to the stands, visibly moved by the reception. The lead official's voice cut through the cheers. "Ladies and gentlemen, the Commander-in-Chief, our President of the United States, Donald J. Trump!" The roar intensified, a unified chorus from the nation's future military leaders. For these young men and women, this was more than a celebrity appearance. It was a powerful affirmation of their chain of command. The moment connected the leader of the nation with those sworn to defend it. Right on the 50-yard line, the spirit of the armed forces was on full display, directed squarely at their commander-in-chief. In that instant, history, tradition, and leadership converged in a single, unforgettable roar. At the Army-Navy game, the coin toss is more than a formality. It's a moment of profound symbolism, especially with the president officiating. President Trump met the team captains at midfield, greeting each with a handshake and words of encouragement. The stadium's attention was fixed on this small group, as parachute teams landed with precision, one carrying a massive American flag. With the crowd watching, Trump held the ceremonial coin and tossed it high into the December air. The coin landed, tails. Navy celebrated, but the real significance was the shared experience. The president stood with them, bridging the gap between Washington and the fields where leadership is forged. After the result, Trump lingered, shaking hands and wishing both teams well. His presence honored every cadet and midshipman, and by extension, every American in uniform. The coin toss complete, the Army-Navy game's passion was ready to be unleashed. The Commander-in-Chief had set the stage for a contest steeped in tradition. The ritual linked the highest office in the land directly to the field of play. With formalities observed, the game, and its meaning, began. The enthusiasm for President Trump didn't fade after his entrance. It surged throughout his time on the field. As he walked the sideline, West Point cadets rose in a wave of respect, cheering, chanting, "USA! USA!" and saluting their commander-in-chief. Trump returned their salute, making eye contact and acknowledging individuals with a nod and a smile. His presence created a personal connection, transforming the massive stadium into an intimate setting. On the opposite side, the Brigade of Midshipmen showed their own brand of support, mirroring the cadets' energy. Social media buzzed with videos of the moment, highlighting the contrast to the divided political climate outside. Here, the bond between those in uniform and their leader was unambiguous. For many, Trump's repeated attendance was seen as genuine respect for their commitment. The stadium's shaking roar of approval was a testament to the unique culture and spirit of the service academies. The presidential halftime walk is a cherished Army-Navy tradition, a symbol of unity and respect. After watching the first half with the Army, President Trump crossed the field at halftime to join the Navy's side, embodying his role as leader of all armed forces. The crowd followed his every step, a quiet moment amid the day's pageantry. As he reached the Navy side, the midshipmen erupted in cheers. Trump added a personal touch, tossing "Make America Great Again" hats into the stands, sparking a joyous scramble. He spent the second half with the midshipmen, shaking hands and sharing in their excitement. This tradition is more than a photo op. It reinforces that inter-service rivalries end on the field. When the game is over, they are one team. The president's walk is the ultimate symbol of that unity. A sitting president at the Army-Navy game elevates it from rivalry to national spectacle, a tradition dating back to Theodore Roosevelt in 1901. Over the decades, 10 presidents have attended, each adding to the game's rich history. Presidential attendance is a powerful symbol of the commander-in-chief's support for the military. From Truman to Kennedy to Bush, each visit has reinforced the bond between the Oval Office and America's defenders. President Trump's 6 appearances have made him a particularly enthusiastic participant. His direct interactions with cadets and midshipmen have become a hallmark of his visits. The Army-Navy game allows for a candid connection between president and troops, far from the formality of the White House. Trump's frequent attendance sends a clear message of admiration for the military. His actions, coin toss, halftime walk, salutes, echo those of presidents past, reinforcing tradition. No matter the political climate, respect for the nation's defenders is celebrated annually on this special day. While the presidential visit set the stage, the heart of the day was the fierce football battle on the field. Army, led by quarterback Cale Helms, brought a formidable rushing attack, hoping to control the clock and wear down Navy's defense. Navy's quarterback, Blake Horvath, answered with a spectacular opening drive, scoring the game's first touchdown and electrifying the crowd. The game unfolded as a classic Army-Navy slugfest, every yard earned, every hit ferocious. For these players, this is the only game that truly matters, a contest for classmates, service branch, and pride. The intensity on the field mirrored the passion in the stands, where cadets and midshipmen chanted and cheered non-stop. The game showcased discipline, teamwork, and resilience, the very qualities the academies instill. Star players like Helms and Horvath shone, but the outcome was decided in the trenches. The 2025 game was another hard-fought chapter in this epic rivalry, played before their commander-in-chief and a grateful nation. It was a contest of strength, spirit, and tradition. President Trump wasn't the only dignitary at M&T Bank Stadium. The presidential box was filled with top officials, reflecting the event's national importance. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, House Speaker Mike Johnson, and Representative Ronnie Jackson joined the president, underscoring unified government support for the military. Military leaders, including Army Secretary Dan Driscoll and Navy Secretary John Phelan, were present to celebrate the spirit of their youngest members. The game is a rare day when ranks are relaxed in favor of shared pride and rivalry. Yet the festive atmosphere was tinged with somber news. Just before the game, President Trump addressed the nation about a deadly ambush in Syria that claimed American lives. His promise of retaliation cast a poignant shadow over the day's events. The tragedy was a stark reminder of what the Army-Navy game represents. The young men and women on the field would soon face real-world dangers. The president's presence, following such grave news, linked the celebration to the realities of military service. Baltimore's M&T Bank Stadium provided a world-class stage for the 126th Army-Navy game, with the city's inner harbor buzzing all weekend. Hosting the game was a major honor and economic boon for Baltimore, which welcomed the academies and presidential entourage with pride. Despite past political tensions, game day was about tradition and unity, not politics. City services and law enforcement worked seamlessly with the Secret Service to ensure a safe event. The presidential motorcade and Marine One overhead added to the sense of occasion. For Baltimore, it was a chance to shine on a national stage, not as a subject of debate, but as a proud host. The day was a success for all involved, with flawless execution and a memorable game. Baltimore proved that even in a divided nation, some events can bring everyone together. The Army-Navy game is more than a contest. It's a powerful symbol of service, tradition, and unity. For 3 hours, everyone is on the same team, celebrating the young men and women who have chosen a path of service. President Trump's enthusiastic participation amplified this theme, continuing a long tradition of presidential leadership above rivalry. His halftime walk was a visual metaphor. Two sides, fiercely opposed for a moment, ultimately united under one command. The bipartisan applause from cadets and midshipmen spoke volumes. The event is an annual reminder of the values the academies instill: duty, honor, country. When the final whistle blows, players come together as comrades, singing both alma maters in a moving display of respect. The game is a lesson in sportsmanship and unity for the nation. The 126th Army-Navy game, graced by the president, reflected the best of America: dedication, tradition, and the possibility of common ground. In a complex world, the simplicity and spirit of the game offer a powerful, inspiring message of unity.